And he is the boogeyman. Yeah. It's red panty night over at the O'Toole house.
It was a fucking party.
Yeah, it was a blasty blast.
Yeah, dude, I fucking broke up with her. I don't know what you're talking about. Hell yeah, brother.
Guys, I swear he's knocking people out.
Yeah.
The wife's in my DMs.
Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. My name is Sean. This is Joe. We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. Come join us while we chase the perfect parlay each week. There are no UFC fights this week, but don't worry. We're going to break down the Matias versus Smith fight card. And if you enjoy our content, make sure you're subscribed.
We had a crazy card this last weekend. We were only off by 2 on a perfect parlay. Honestly, we're only off by 1 because the only reason we said Tanya to begin with was because it was kind of like a joke. Like she was going to knock her out. Also, I thought Tanya was a lot bigger than her opponent. And then she got in the ring and she was a lot smaller than her opponent. So that was kind of weird. But we're only off by 2. That's why you watch it, though, because you're just chasing that perfect parlay each week with us. We do post all of our perfect parlays on Patreon every Thursday. Khan was going to win that fight against Holly Holm. We thought that it was basically going to be exactly how it was, minus the headbutt. The incidental headbutt was not what we called, but let's be real. She was winning that fight. She was going to win the fight regardless.
Imagine if we called out the incidental headbutt.
Dude.
Be like, yo, don't worry, guys. We're out here sniping it.
Yeah, that's the ultimate snipe right there. But that's gonna happen when you have like the open stance, you know, that head movement.
Yeah, headbutts, eye pokes, all that stuff. It just comes off of that weird open stance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're trying to get that outside leverage. It's just like you're trying to get that so much because that's your big advantage, and so weird things happen.
Yeah, and you can get the nut kick as well if you're in MMA.
All the time.
Speaking of MMA, tons of MMA news. Oh my God, so much MMA news this week.
First off, I am so excited for 2 weeks from now.
Only a few more boxing fight cards, and then we're back, baby. Back in the UFC. Kind of a lot right now, especially with JDM. JDM has a lot of stuff going on. Allegedly, Carlos Prates is targeted to fight JDM on 327. I'm here for that. I am here for that. There's a lot of stuff going on with JDM though.
Okay.
So there's that going on.
Okay, I'm locked in on that one.
JDM also made a statement saying, I think Shavkat Rakhmonov is the next fight for me. Beating someone like that immediately gets me back into the title shot picture.
100%. I mean, I think Rakhmonov is still the ultimate boogeyman of that division. That's the person that no one wants to fight. I mean, Ian fought him, but I don't think he wanted to fight him.
True.
He kind of fought him on his terms, and I honestly think that if his knee wasn't fucked up, I think that he easily takes it by stoppage, not just by decision.
I'm actually not done yet. I actually have one more person. Yeah, I'm telling you, JDM had a lot of stuff going on this week.
And
so JDM also, these aren't official. So these are all just happenings, just
hearsay.
Whispers, right?
Okay.
But there's a whisper. He said that he would be the perfect matchup to welcome. Ready? Ilia Topuria to the 170.
Oh, dude, that would be a sick fight, honestly.
Dude.
I'm so here for that fight.
He said he has a great stylistic matchup. It would welcome him to the 170 division. And on top of it, the fans would get what they want.
Oh, 100%. I would honestly prefer that versus him versus Islam.
Spicy take. Islam and JDM beat Ilia.
I don't know if that's that spicy of a take. It's so, I mean, we saw it with Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, right? Like, size matters. And being that much bigger, like going from 145 to a 25-pound difference in being 170 is such a huge difference.
Yeah, I'll ask Conor McGregor.
Okay. But like literally like, but he also has the length. Topuria doesn't really have the length to go with going up those weight classes.
I don't think he's knocking JDM.
I mean, if he does,
the
mystique.
He is the boogeyman.
Yeah.
Holy. Perea, you're next.
Yeah, dude. And I'll be like, he might be the favorite on that.
Dude, seriously. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that JDM just had so much shit go down this past week. I mean, just fights possibly being announced and targeted. And then other things like maybe I want this fight, maybe I want that fight. I would beat this. I was like, damn, JDM, go off.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just antsy. Like he just because
He wants to get back in there.
Yeah, he lost that and he's like, dude, I want to run that shit back. He's just kind of kicking himself, being like, dude, I could have done so much better than that fight, and just is like really frustrated himself that he's like, dude, I need to hit something.
Yeah, but I love all of those fights.
Yeah,
If he fights Rachmanov, sick. If he fights Carlos Prates, sick. If he fights Ilya Topuria and welcomes him to the 170, sick. I'm here for every single one of those fights. Sign me up.
the cool thing about MMA is that you get there's so many different styles of MMA that you get natural like questions you want answered in each of these fights. So because of it, you just get a whole bunch of weird storylines that you're like, okay, well, like, let's see if that works out. Let's see if that works out. Like Rachmanov, are you still that guy? You've had like a long layoff. Is your knee still, kind of messed up? Are you still the guy that can finish people? Let's see it with JDM. Is JDM going to be able to go up against Prates? And is Prates going to be able to implement his kickboxing game? Honestly, I think that's his JDM's out of those three. That's the one that's the most iffy for me, honestly. In terms of like, I feel like Prates' kickboxing style matches up better against JDM's boxing style.
You mean his Muay Thai style? Because he has it tattooed on him.
But I guess Topuria, obviously he would have like the weight and the reach and the height advantage. But Topuria is Topuria. So it's like he might be that guy. We just like that's the question we have to answer on that, right?
Yeah.
So all three of those have like really interesting storylines that, us as viewers should be really paying attention to.
I don't think Ilya is going to accept that. I think that JDM takes that. I don't think he's going to risk that. That's a weird risk for Ilya's side.
Yeah.
Not for the fans. We would love that. JDM would love that. But Ilya going up, he's not getting the belt for this.
Yeah.
He wants the belt on the line. So if he loses, well, I lost, but it was a championship fight.
The copium.
The copium's there. I think that the most dangerous fight, like you said, is that Muay Thai fight against
Prates.
And then Rachmanov, I think that that's interesting because he's coming back.
Yeah. We don't know what he's going to look like coming back.
Like, should he get a tune-up fight before that? Not tune-up fight, but a pretty good fight.
Yeah. Like a fight.
Then?
Yeah. A fight to hone himself, see where he's at and get his feet wet again.
Give him Ian Gary again.
Dude, fuck. Dude, I mean, if he's Rachmanov pre-injury, I think he finishes him, honestly.
Who?
Rachmanov finishes Gary.
You think so?
Yeah. I think the only reason why he didn't finish him in that fight was because he did have a bum-ass knee.
Yeah, dude. Rachmanov is a very dangerous guy.
Yeah, because I can't remember if he injured it in the fight or if he was injured before and then he just tweaked it more in the fight. But from what I remember, the first 2 or 3 rounds, he was throwing some shit that like, I was like, oof. Ian Gary can't take too many of those shots. And then it kind of just went into this more of this ground game where he just kind of smothered him for the next 3 rounds. So, I mean, who knows? I'm excited to see whatever Rachmanov does, though, because I'm a huge fan of his.
So we have also on 327, Dominic Reyes is targeted to fight Johnny Walker.
What a fucking interesting fight.
So interesting. Because like it's not like Johnny could get knocked. Dominic could get rocked. I'm leaning Reyes on this, but I don't know who's showing up for either of them.
It could be one of those shit show fights where they both knock each other out. Like it's like a fucking Three Stooges.
Like Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like whoever wakes up first wins the fight.
You know what's weird is I'm here for that too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. It sucks because Johnny Walker is one of those guys. Like once you bet on him, that's when he fucks up. That's when his chin is at its glassiest. And then you're like, okay, well, we gotta move off of him. He's just not that guy, I guess. It is what it is. And then you bet against him the next fight because you're like, he's got a glassy jaw. And then all of a sudden he has a granite jaw and he's just walking people down. And you're like, oh, that's the guy that's the person I was trying to bet this whole time. What are we doing?
Yeah. When your friend's in the kitchen grabbing a beer, like, look, it's him. They're like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, the guy that you always say, oh, dude, you guys have to stay here for the fight. This fight is that fight.
Bring this up.
Oh, it's the worst. If there's one person that has a bad curse of that, that's you.
Dude, every time I say, dude, you have to see this guy fight, he's going to fuck this guy up, they come out flat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Or Peyton Talbot comes out and he gets out wrestled, and I'm like, guys, I swear he's knocking people out.
Yeah, I
Like,
swear he's so much fun to watch. Oh yeah, like 50K Ige against Pitbull.
dude,
That was probably the most egregious one.
that was very. Oh, God, I was ready for him just to put out. I was like, dude, 50K. There's a reason they call him this. And then he comes out and he's like,
he looked so unsure. Oh, that's a whole nother podcast by itself, talking about what the fuck happened in that fight.
So Ian Gary made a speech. He
Is
said,
a speech like a State of the Union?
yeah, State of the Union about Islam Makhachev. You ready for this? He says, when I beat him, I will have beaten the greatest pound for pound fighter on the planet right now. Greatest pound for pound fighter on the planet right now.
Okay.
When I beat Islam Makhachev and I win the world title, there will be no excuses from anyone, anywhere on the planet.
Okay. If you did.
Moving on. No,
Yeah, no, it's like he's saying when, as you know, like, I fucking hate his arrogance so much, dude. It's just like
it's what gets him there. Though.
That's what gets him to the show, and that's what it sells the fights. I understand, but I'm just like, dude, it's like you're making it sound like Islam is not that good. Honestly, you make it sound like you're just gonna walk through Islam.
I think it's weird that he's writing this, dude. It's just like Khabib versus Conor. We're the same.
Yeah.
And Islam's like, brother, we are not the same. You know, It's like, what are you doing here?
Like, Islam is a better version of Khabib. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, if that's a spicy take, I'm sorry, guys. He just has better striking than them. And then their grappling is very close in skill.
Yeah.
I would probably.
He's a way better striker, though. Than
Yeah,
Khabib.
way better striker. So he's a more well-rounded MMA fighter altogether.
Yeah.
And then you have Ian Gary, who's like, he's, I guess, more technical, I would say, than McGregor.
Would you say that? That's a spicy take, I think.
More technical stand-up? Like,
I think if they were the same everything, same height, same reach, same everything. Oh, I think Conor does him in a round.
yeah, he also has that it factor too.
Yeah,
like,
he has the it factor.
Yeah, the most it factor.
The most it factor.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh, I just don't want to have rose-colored glasses about how good Conor was. Like,
Are you bringing up Conor? Because you know what the next thing I'm going to say is Michael Chandler teases that Conor McGregor versus Chandler is happening at the White House on the lawn. Is that why you brought that up?
no. But do we want to see that? I mean, I want to see Conor, but I really don't want to see Michael Chandler. No offense to Michael Chandler.
Honestly, though, Chandler, I'm not a fan of how he comes out and he throws caution to the wind, and he's an exciting fighter, but it's like he's not trying to win anymore. It seems, but he knows how to sell a fight, and so the buildup is going to be really good. I hope that we see Conor McGregor. I hope we don't see like yes, Conor McGregor. Like I don't want to see that Conor McGregor. I want to see like you know.
Oh no,
your wife's in my DMs. You know, I want to see that Conor
have
McGregor.
you seen some of his training footage lately?
Who?
Conor's, where he's like doing some seminars and things like that. It's floating through like Instagram.
Oh, like he's in like Italy and stuff like that.
Yeah,
He looks good, dude.
he looks good. I'm
good.
just saying he looks. I don't want to say locked in, but he definitely looks spry.
Dude,
I'll say he looks spry.
His psychology on certain things is so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, his why on things are just like you're like, I've never even thought about that.
The why is everything.
Oh, 100%. If it is booked, I am excited to watch that. Whether or not he gets in the cage, who knows? But I would love to see Conor fight again. I would love to see him put out Chandler.
It'd be a good show.
Not that I don't have any hate towards Chandler or whatever. I just think that it's really important for the sport. If Conor does come back, that he doesn't come back as like a flat, has-been type of washed fighter.
Mm-hmm. He has to make a statement.
He has to make a statement.
I
He has
agree.
to be, it's like, oh shit, you guys must have forgot.
Yeah, dude, if he comes out to you, I almost forgot. But he,
Dude, bro, my panties be wet.
yeah, it's red panty night over at the O'Toole house.
Oh, seriously, dude.
But Chandler, what a better, like, there's no better person to get retired from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just retire after that. You're fine. You
That's-
got your paycheck. You're good. You're chilling.
That's the ultimate retire.
Yeah. The Ultimate Fighting Championship, that's the ultimate retirement.
And on top of it, perfect copium because you're like, oh, it's fucking Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Perfect out.
Yeah, perfect out. And you ride out in the sunset on the best loss you could possibly have.
Some weird news. Arman Sarukian tried to get a grappling match started with Tom Hardy. You hear about this?
I saw it like briefly.
Yeah, so he like DM'd him, and Tom Hardy's like, "Yeah, man, I'm like filming some shit right now, so I can't really do it. But thanks for the offer." Like, why would Armin try to do it against Tom Hardy? Obviously, he's gonna smoke Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy doesn't dedicate his life to it the same way Armin does.
He also has been, like he just.
What are we doing here?
Was he? He's probably like a purple belt at this point.
Probably purple belt.
Purple belt, maybe black belt.
Black belt. Oof.
Because he was a blue belt a couple years ago.
He went from
right?
purple all. You're like, maybe he's a purple belt.
Brown, forgive me.
Maybe he's a black belt.
No, sorry, brown belt. My bad. I was thinking that purple.
He might. Yeah, he's somewhere between purple and brown.
Yeah.
But Armin is a different breed just because he does this. This is his life.
Yeah, he's also a black belt in that. He has his wrestling background.
Yeah.
His pedigree in that. Like, why would he? Also, you just know for a fact, Tom Hardy, how he views it is more of like a flow traditional jiu-jitsu versus, Armin is going to be more of like that wrestling kind of almost jerky type of.
He's going to fuck him up and not in a fun way.
Yeah. Like it's like
you got to do Tom like that, bro.
Like, like that hyper competitive jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Where like, it's not like he's flowing into transitions. He's forcing the transitions. And you're just like, oh, I guess you're going to be there. Like, as opposed to it feeling like a chess match where you're like trying to defend while the other person's trying to advance. And it's a little bit more flow.
What do you think about Sean O'Malley's tattoo?
Oh, he must be regretting it.
His face tattoo?
I know. It's fucking atrocious.
Good is that marketing? He never got it.
Oh, did he never get it?
Never got it, dude.
Thank God.
Yeah, so that's his new brand. And what he did was he put out this huge promo, like he's getting his forehead tattoo. He got like this whole thing behind it, got tattoo artists in on it and everything. They start doing a fake tattoo. They get it centered as if they're doing a real tattoo. The whole nine, they start the fake tattoo process. And then he goes, I'm not getting a face tattoo. That's crazy. Why would I get that on my forehead? He's like, I'm going to get it somewhere else. But this was all a marketing thing. He was like, I just wanted to, he basically was just like, I knew he was going to dupe you guys. And he's like, and it worked. And he goes through it in this video and he shows all these impressions he got. He got like 11 million impressions and like all these crazy things off of just that one brand. And he got like a couple hundred signups like before for the early release of his brand and everything. Such a smart idea. That was stressing me out. I was like, there's no way this is real, bro.
I just saw like bits and clips.
Yeah, what he did was he's so smart. He did it and he put it there and then he let it breathe so that everyone could just start formulating all these things. He knew everyone's gonna like push around that fake media. And then he comes out and goes, I never got it done.
Good for him.
So smart. Thank God.
I was like, dude, that's going to look fucking bunk.
Yeah, I was pretty sad about that.
Yeah.
Lerone Murphy says that he thinks that Volk's going to retire after this fight. And he wishes that he could be able to fight Volk in his career. But Volk came out and said whether he wins or loses at 325, he's not retiring.
Okay.
So would you, I think that win or lose, him versus Lerone next?
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that.
I mean, I think it's going to be a win and then it's going to be for the title. But,
100%.
Do you think Lerone fights before? So if Volk goes and fights Diego, do you think Lerone's going to go and get one while Volk gets recovered?
I would love to see him fight someone that answers the question on how good is his wrestling defense, his grappling defense, just because I feel like he hasn't really answered that question. I mean, you had Aaron Pico, but Aaron Pico is trying to scrap with him.
Dude, how'd that work out?
That didn't work out too well. Yeah. But, I mean, I would like to see him, like, because Volk, I'm assuming if he does fight Volk is going to eventually try to get him to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So if I was Lerone, I would want to make sure that I can at least stand up against that. I
mean, remember when he was against Yair? And he just went, I'm just going to take you down and beat the dust off you.
Probably one of my favorite double legs, too.
So sick.
When he fucking just scoops him.
Yeah.
And then TKOs him.
So sick.
So fucking sweet.
So cool.
It was almost like kind of like a Cormier fucking takedown. I was like, dude, let's go.
So MVP is targeted to fight Buckley in London, but Buckley is already calling out Bilal. He posted a video saying he wants Bilal March 7th.
I mean, I think I'd rather him fight Bilal than MVP. I don't know. I'm not as high on MVP as other people are.
So here's the thing. So that's funny you say that. I would rather see him fight. So Buckley versus Bilal, I'd rather see that, right? But they're targeted for London. Shara said that he was injured when he fought MVP, and that's why he performed the way he did. He wants to run it back with MVP. I would rather see that rematch and then Bilal versus Buckley. What do you think?
I mean, I'm here for that.
Better,
Or
right? Winners,
yeah.
winners.
Another one that would be a good matchup for Buckley is, I mean, if you're in that area, is Lerone. You'd fuck up Lerone. A little bit of weight discrepancy. Leon Edwards.
Who?
Leon Edwards versus Buckley. Because, like, then you try to get, no offense to Leon, you're trying to get him out of the top 5. Because it just doesn't look like he's going to be getting back up there anytime soon.
Buckley?
No, Leon.
Leon?
Fuck him.
Dude, the way he got dusted, I mean, do we see Leon come back? Because the problem with Leon is he has such a long time of inactivity in the fight game in general. So after that big of a KO, I don't want to see him come in and not be Leon, But now he's on a little bit of a skid. So I think him versus Buckley, that would be an interesting fight too. So you got Buckley, he beats up Bilal. Then after that, he beats up Leon. And then he gets a title shot after a lot of time because he gets mad. And then he gets beat up by Islam.
I guess Bilal would make a little bit more sense because Bilal is currently ranked 5. And then Leon would be number 9. So
what is Buckley's?
He's number 10. So, I mean, Leon, yeah, if he was to beat him, he goes up 1 spot. Or if it's like a really good...
What's MVP?
I don't even think MVP's ranked in the welterweight.
He's not even ranked and he's beating up Shara? That's sad, dude. Shara has to run it back. He has to get that discrep.
Yeah.
That blemish.
All right, hold on. Let me see. MVP is number 10 in middleweight.
Okay.
Joaquin Buckley fights welter now. So it would be like MVP would go down to 170 to fight Buckley.
I think Buckley's okay going up.
I would not want to. I mean, I guess that's okay with him because then it doesn't really affect his standing at the welterweight division.
His placement, yeah.
It's kind of ironic that they're both number 10, but let's run it at 180.
We also have a lot of these people are having multiple talks of who they're going to fight, right? It kind of looks like a shit show is going on right now in the UFC, but we have Gamrot versus Torres targeted, right? So they are in the talks for UFC Mexico, but there have been hints that Gamrot welcomes Sean Brady to the 155 division.
Oh, that would be...
I would be here for that
kind
fight.
Of a very interesting fight.
That's an interesting fight. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm actually here for that fight. The Gamrot versus Torres fight, not really interested in that fight, but welcoming Sean Brady.
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy.
I'm kind of here for that.
Kind of here for that too.
Yeah. And that's like not an easy fight for Brady, obviously, because Gamrot is good. I rip on him all the time.
Yeah.
But that grappling exchange would be very interesting.
That weight cut is going to be
That weight cut would be interesting. And then seeing, Gamrot's power, because, I mean, he does have that Polish power at 155 against Sean Brady. Sean Brady's going to be fucking lightning fast, too, with his
incredibly
strikes.
fast.
Because he's already a pretty fast lightweight.
His problem is the
welterweight.
length.
Yeah.
That's where he's getting fucked up.
So I think they would be pretty similar in stature.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
I'm very, very curious if that happens.
That's a great match. I think he's going to look great at 155. Can you imagine he becomes the champ? And he just runs the show until...
That would be crazy. Honestly, if he looks good against Gamrot, they have to run him up fast. Because him versus Ilya at 155 would honestly be a really, really interesting fight.
Yeah, that would be.
Like,
yeah. That's the thing that sucks about Sean, though, is that he's also another inactive fighter. Yeah. It's not his fault. I mean, maybe he has stuff going on, but I think that he's asking for fights. He's just not getting them, which is hard in the 170 division, it appears. The 170, 185, it looks like it's really hard to make a fight in those divisions.
The tricky part is once you get to the top 5, you're essentially everyone's like, oh, well, I want to fight the champion. But then it's like this whole fucking like pile up of people just wanting to fight the champion and they're willing to wait.
And a lot of them are deserving of it.
Oh, 100%. I'd say most people in the top, even in the top 10, they have one thing that's like, okay, well, that kind of makes sense that you would fight the champ.
You might have the thing that could beat him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, you might have a piece of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
But then like you have to go the whole like, you know, which style is better, who's talking more shit, because whoever's talking the most shit is most likely going to get that fight. You know, if you're the top one, you know, no offense, Armin, you know, like he's number one, right?
Poor Armin.
But like, you know, Patty talking mad shit it sells way more, and it has way more viability on people that are coming from outside sources watching the fight, because they're like, oh, that guy's talking mad shit. Let's see what this is all about. You know, it's like a scuffle outside of a fucking parking lot or something where you're like, I want to see what's going on here. You know,
it's interesting that you bring up Patty, because I guess you also
I swear this is not scripted.
It's interesting to bring up Patty because there are rumors going around. Nothing's confirmed. There are rumors that Justin Gaethje has been suffering from some injuries, or something's injured on him, and there might be a chance for Armin to be a backup for this fight.
I just think it would be so funny if Armin puts in all that work. We find out that Gaethje is maybe potentially injured. He has to pull from that fight. And then Data, just being the petty bitch that he is like, yeah, we're just going to cancel that fight. You know, like, oh, you're not going to be able to get that belt. I'm sorry, champ.
Is there anything better than a petty CEO?
Oh, 100%. I think it just makes it so much better, though. I mean, it sells stuff better, though, too.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, well, like that's actually like a deserve. Like you actually need to like earn that through his eyes, which is, I don't know. It's kind of important for everyone else to get put on notice like that.
Yeah, I think it's important to put people on notice. Like in the Ultimate Fighter, the show, when he says, yeah, you're gone. You're not even going to be in the UFC ever because you missed weight. You can't miss weight. It's a big deal. So now people are getting cut. Then we saw this past year, how many fighters got cut for missing weight? Him putting people on notice. Who's missed weight since? You know, after like probably November. I mean, I don't really know if anyone's gonna miss weight for a long time,
unless it's like an actual like
emergency.
Health. Yeah, like a Brian, kind of like Brian Ortega, how he like looked, where he's all super gaunt and just barely able to make it on the
but not
scale.
Brian Battle.
Brian Battle just felt. I mean, it just seemed like he was like, yeah, I could just mistime my weight cut, which it's like you don't really have that room for error in the UFC.
Yeah.
Especially with them like in those divisions like 170 and 185. It's just such a healthy division that it's like, okay, well, we can cut you because we have like 4 more of you that are just lined up ready to go. So, I mean, you definitely have to be kind of like in your place and, hit your mark in that respect.
No, 100%. Being a professional.
Exactly. But like even like you remember like Jesse Taylor in UFC, like he had that whole thing where he was like running amok in one of the casinos, and then he was like, "You will never be in the UFC. Like I don't care." And then he comes back on the redemption, wins the redemption. So he wins. He's the only person to win the Ultimate Fighter twice, I believe.
And not be in the UFC.
And then still doesn't get put in the UFC.
Crazy.
And he's like dominating people too.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was just like, I mean.
Different weight classes too. He went up a weight class in the second season.
It doesn't fucking matter. He was the ultimate competitor. Still did not get fucking in the UFC.
His daughter is, I think he has a daughter now. I'm pretty sure. And she's running shit now. And that's pretty cool.
And guess who's not going to be in UFC?
100%.
Dude, that would be the craziest if the pettiness just goes down the bloodline.
Speaking of petty, DC, bro. I've been seeing this all over Twitter and Instagram and everything. DC Prime versus Alex Pereira Prime.
That is difficult.
Alex Pereira Prime.
Pereira. Yeah, like a ya at the end. Pereira.
Yeah,
Pereira.
So I was saying it right this whole time.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have corrected myself.
No, the just that stupid mean comment was like, it's pronounced Pereira. It's
Gotcha.
not Pereira.
Because they got me fucked up.
But
now.
everyone says most of these names differently.
Yeah.
Like, listen to any Chael Sonnen podcast or him talking about anything, his like talking head videos or whatnot. He says Sarukian's name like Sewer Carrion or something like that. Like, he says weird shit.
Sewer Carrion.
Yeah, dude. It's like, it's weird. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, that's a really good matchup. I mean, that's like the ultimate striker versus grappler.
Prime versus Prime. DC takes that.
I think DC takes that as well.
DC takes that. John Jones just had his number.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, but that brings you to the point of John Jones Prime versus Pereira Prime. John Jones takes that too.
John Jones definitely takes that.
It just is what it is. John Jones, I don't know why everyone's hating on the fact that he's the greatest of all time. Bro, he's the greatest of all time.
It just is what it is.
He had a picogram of, okay, and go on. Like, what are you doing? But he did drugs. But he shut the fuck up. Like,
the thing is, yeah, he got popped.
That was too aggressive.
I know, seriously. The thing is that, yeah, he got popped. Yeah, he's had some ups and downs. Every champion has ups and downs. His just happened to be personal versus professional, right? But at the same time, you got to look at all the competition that he faced. He faced the best competition when the 205 division was arguably at its best, I would say. Like, I mean, the only one you would argue is right before John Jones arrived when you
Chuck
had
Liddell,
you had
Randy
peak Chuck
Couture,
Liddell, all
Tito.
those, and they're all at their prime.
Yeah, those
like that was a pretty spicy division.
But that was back when they were like, what decision? We
Yeah.
don't do decisions. We do knockouts. This is the 205.
Yeah, and they're a little bit more brawly. It was
Sick.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great time. It was a fucking party.
Yeah, it was a blasty blast.
Yeah. But then, John Jones, he was in that new era. You had Machida, you had Shogun, you had all these people, and like he just had to fight them back to back to back to back to back. Had to fight Rashad Evans, had to fight Rampage, had to fight, who else did he fight? He fought fucking DC twice. He had to fight Gustafson twice. Fought one of them when he was like, demon fucking train. Like, his storyline is what makes him the GOAT. Like, I'm just saying, his personal stuff, you have to take personal and professional out of the mix.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm just trying to say he's the greatest fighter that's ever been in the UFC.
He's a fucking psychopath, but that's what makes him
he's the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, it's that part that people can't stand about him personally. That's what makes him so good.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, from what I've heard, is he is kind of insufferable to be around. And because of that, like, that's the tick that he has, like that unending, everything has to be the best, like that whole thing, and his level just has to be gold standard. That at his peak and his whole career, that's why he was the GOAT.
True.
And he is the GOAT.
I agree. All of that brings us into the last piece of news I have, and the saddest news I have. Tracy Cortez is now off the market, and she's with Alex Pereira.
That is a sad one. R.I.P.
Man, a lot of hearts broken with that post on New Year's.
A lot of hearts, including R.I.P. Brian Ortega.
No, why is everyone saying that? He's like married and has kids and shit. Like, dude,
I just think it's funny that it's like the running joke.
Dude, everyone was posting that, and he's like, guys, I'm happy for her, right? Like, I have a family, and they're like, sure, big guy, sure.
Yeah, they're like, oh, sorry, champ. He's like, dude, it was mutual.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking broke up with her. I don't know what you're talking about.
They posted a video together training after their New Year's kiss.
I was like, Brian Ortega, we're still on Brian?
No. And Pereira, he's just sitting there with his he's sitting there like teaching her like leg kicks and feints. So sick. She's gonna be a problem because of that relationship. So I actually lied. I do have a little bit more. So there's a thing going around right now called the Jake Paul curse. So you ready for this? So what happened to Jake Paul's opponents is genuinely strange. He fought around 13 people, and a concerning number of them experienced serious issues afterwards or before. This is afterwards, but it is before as well. Mike Tyson nearly died before the fight. He required 8 blood transfusions, lost half of his blood due to a bleeding ulcer, and was hospitalized for weeks. Anthony Joshua was involved in a car crash in Nigeria 10 days after the fight. 2 people in the vehicle died, and he was hospitalized. Nate Robinson went completely silent after the fight, and he hasn't been heard from since. Ben Askren suffered a lung failure and needed a double lung transplant. Tyron Woodley declared bankruptcy. Tommy Fury's life fell apart. His marriage ended. His career declined. And now he's running marathons against middle-aged women. That's what the tweet says. Ryan Borland quit boxing altogether and became a plumber. Chavez Jr. was deported right after the fight. So the Jake Paul curse is pretty real.
It's like the Madden curse. What is going on here?
You don't want to take a payday from Jake Paul unless you want some bad shit to happen afterwards. All right, before we get into this week's fight picks, we are going live on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube this Saturday. We're going to be reacting and live betting to each fight. So win big, lose big. You don't want to miss it.
First fight up, we have Arjan Isini versus Mario Orozco. Who you got?
I have Arjan. He's tall. He works off his jab. He sets up his big shots. He sets up his counters. He's 4-0, 4 KOs. His opponent is 4-4. And he's been a pretty inactive boxer overall. I think this is more like a stepping stone fight. A few of these fights on this card, I feel that way, but I think this is definitely a stepping stone fight. And I think Arjan's just going to walk through him 4 rounds. I don't think it's ending knockout. Probably, I mean, it could go knockout 4-4, you know?
Yeah.
4 up, 4 down knockouts. Maybe he goes and tries to get a 5th knockout, but that would be impressive.
I also have Arjan money line. He's the younger fighter. He's still developing as well. You know, he doesn't have his game completely set in stone, but I think with his intangibles, I think he's going to get it done. Mario, he is a solid boxer, but I find him very inconsistent from fight to fight. Especially if he goes up against someone that is a high pressure fighter. I find him, whenever he lost, it was to a high pressure fighter, and he just kind of melts essentially, and just can't keep up with the pace. If Arjan could be active and be more like suffocating, I think that he's just gonna breeze right through this.
Yeah, totally agree.
Next one on the matchups is gonna be Subriel Matías versus Gregory Clark. Who you got?
I have Subriel for this. This is actually my lock of the week. He's 10-0, 8 KOs. He's just a brick shit house. This guy knocks you around the ring. Huge power striker. I think it's going to end in a KO, and that's actually what my lock of the week is Subriel by KO. His opponent is 4-5-1, coming off a 3-fight losing streak, all by way of knockout TKO. I just think that this has to be the lock of the week, is a knockout from this knockout artist, and his opponent has been getting knocked out. I mean, it's just a perfect storm. Put your money for knockout.
I also have Subriel money line. I agree with everything you said. I think this is a stepping stone fight. Pretty simple. He's the younger fighter, undefeated, has the confidence. And then you also have Gregory. He's the older fighter. He's very inconsistent with his success. And I think that because Subriel is fighting in his home state of New York, I think that he's also going to have that confidence and swagger coming with it as well. And I think that he's just going to show out for his home crowd and perform well. So I definitely think that knockout could be the spot right here. So I agree.
Lock in those bets.
Next, I have Keith Colon versus Alberto Guevara. I think I said that right. First try. Who you got?
I have Keith. He's 8-0, all knockouts. Alberto is 27-8. He is coming off a 2nd round KO victory, but he's won 1 fight since 2012. Clearly a stepping stone fight. Alberto also always looks timid in the ring. So this is probably going to be another KO TKO, but not my lock of the week. But I think it might be. I'm saying this is going to be a spicy fight. If you like to watch knockouts, watch this fight.
That's funny you said that. First thing I said, surprise, another stepping stone fight. Colon is a very high upside featherweight. I think he has all the physical tools to really succeed. He just really needs to get that experience to catch up with all the tools that he has. Guevara is like, he's a good fighter, but I think his best years are behind him. You know, like he fought for the belt a long time ago and hasn't really been active since. So I think that Colon, this is going to be just his toughest test, but I think that he's going to pass.
I think it's going to be a KO just because of how timid Alberto is.
Yeah, I think that most of his confidence and kind of sheen is kind of broken off since his couple of losses. Next one, I have Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Fernando Diaz. Who you got?
This was a very hard fight. This is very neck and neck. I know a lot of people hate when I say neck and neck, but this is a very neck and neck fight. I like Diaz for this fight. Both fighters coming off a unanimous decision loss. Emmanuel is 22-3. Fernando is 16-6-1. Both fighters, their losses are coming from people with perfect or near perfect records. But I do think the age will be a factor for this. One's 33, one's 25. So for that, I like Diaz for this. This is going to be an interesting fight because both fighters fight with such a high guard. They both pressure forward. Diaz has a lot more power in his punches, where I feel like Rodriguez has a lot more precision and speed. Fernando also has been a much more active fighter in boxing. Who do you have?
I have Rodriguez, money line.
This is a very close fight, like I said.
I think this is going to be, out of all these fights, I think this is probably going to be the most entertaining to watch because they have very complementing styles.
Their styles like the same.
Well, I feel like Rodriguez's style is more of like a high pressure, like Puerto Rican style of fighting, where you just kind of keep the pedals in the metal and try to get them against the ropes and everything. Then I think that Fernando he's a little bit better at counter punching and using his angles to effectively get himself out of situations. So I think that cat and mouse is going to work really well. I just think that Rodriguez is better at implementing his style than Diaz does. But I can go either way. It was literally a toss-up.
This can go either way. We always pick my guy, so let's pick your guy this time. We'll go with Emmanuel Rodriguez to win this.
I'm sorry, guys.
Me too.
Next, I have Alfredo Santiago versus Henry Cendinho. Who do you got?
I actually have Alfredo to win this. I know Henry is 16-0. Lots of knockout ability. I get it. Alfredo is 17-2. First loss was to Devin Haney. I mean, yeah, you're gonna lose to Devin Haney, you know. Like it's not really knocking against him. His last loss was in 2021 against Ricardo Nunez, who at the time was coming off a loss against Gervonta Davis. So like, you know, they're fighting these big names. I think that experience is gonna be what sets apart in this fight. Henry gets hit a lot on his way out of exchanges. Whenever he goes into an exchange, he does a really good job. But on the way out, you'll see the jab lands like money and the left hook as well. It lands a lot. And because of that, I think that he's going to get really frustrated when it's those later rounds, his 10-round fight. Around 7 and 8, his face is going to be pretty messed up on that side of his face. I think Alfredo is pretty much going to carry him through. He also doesn't throw the volume that Alfredo does. And I think that the caliber of fighters that Alfredo has faced in the past is going to carry him through. Cardio-wise, pressure-wise, he's just faced more adversity than Henry. So I think we're going to see an upset on this one.
You know who your boys got?
The opposite.
Alfredo money line.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to.
I mean, I think this is going to be a really tough fight. And they're both, ironically enough, very rangy for their division, being 5'11" for Santiago, and then Cedinho being 5'10", I believe.
And the super lightweight.
I just think that Santiago, when I was watching him, he has a little bit more crack to his power. Like he can really just like snap it.
And he can keep that power.
And he keeps that power the entire fight. And him being right in his perfect prime of 31 years old, I think that he has the experience to go along with it, where he's fought all these high-level competitors that Cedinho just hasn't. He just hasn't gotten to that point. It is what it is. But I think that makes it so that Alfredo actually is going to win this fight. Next, I have Nestor Bravo versus Pedro Campa. Who do you got?
I have Nestor. He's taking this fight. Nestor's 23-1. Pedro is 37-4-1. Both have been fighting guys with losing records, but both fighters have been fighting people with losing records. But Pedro's last loss was a guy who was 9-48. He won by KO, but he fought a guy who was 9-48. I think it's a stepping stone fight. I think this is trying to get Nestor back back on track. I think Nestor's going to take this.
This is my lock of the week. It is going to be no, I'm just kidding. It's going to be Nestor Bravo money line. I think that he is severely pissed off that he lost that split decision and he got that goose egg taken away. Nothing worse than having that happen. Nothing even more worse than having that happen to a fucking split decision. Be like, oh my God, if I just did a little bit more, I would have fucking won that fight. Right? That would just be, if I was in that position, I would just be up at night thinking about that. What could I have done to just edge that out just a little bit more to the judges? So I think because of that, I think he has a chip on his shoulder on this fight. I think he's going to come in with some fucking fire and some gusto. But I think that this is a razor thin fight by every metric. And I think that I fully expect this to be a war. And I think this is going to be one of the best fights that we see on this card. Next, I have Javier Citron versus Jonathan Titan Rodriguez Torres. Who you got?
I have Citron to win this. He's 13-1. His opponent, Rodriguez, is 25-2-1. I think Citron's going to win. His Olympic style boxing is going to take this all the way to decision. I don't think this is going to be a knockout. If you don't think he's going to win, I would go decision. Whatever you do, I don't think there's going to be a knockout. I think it's going to be 10 rounds. The whole time it's going to be 10 rounds. But I do think he's going to take this fight. His exits are better whenever he's leaving exchange. Good pivots, good angles, good head movement. Who do you have?
I also have Citron money line. I just think that styles, you believe it or not, they do make fights. Citron is a 2-time Olympian. He's got the footwork. He's got the pedigree. He's got the ring control. To really like work off his counters and make that his offense. He's going up against Jonathan Titan Rodriguez Torres, who's like a traditional Hispanic pressure fighter. He likes to suffocate and melt his opponents. And I just think that Citron is better at implementing his Olympic style boxing and really frustrate Torres versus Torres just making him suffocate and just melt him. I think it's gonna be a great fight though. Again, anytime you get those matchups where you get one style that's a very offensive style versus another style that's a very defensive style, I find that you get a lot of really good chess match type of ebb and flow fights going on with it. And so this one I think is gonna be like a sneaky good fight.
Next we have Subriel Matías versus Dalton Smith for the WBC super lightweight world title. Who do you have?
I like how you get to do the main event one. I got to do all the hard work, and then you just get to go, oh, and these are the people that we're fighting.
Well, I don't know who you're going to be.
I have Matias money line. What a matchup, though. They both have very similar styles. They're very pressure forward, and like they just kind of try to melt the other opponent and just knock them out. First of all, they have so many fucking knockouts between each other. I believe that altogether they have 20 or 34 knockouts between both of them.
Yeah, because Matias is 23-2. Smith is 18-0.
Well, it's with 22 knockouts. 22 out of 23 knockouts at 140 is phenomenal. What a statistic. I just think that the one edge that is truly glaring in this is Matias's experience. The fact that he's done multiple championship fights and stuff like that. I think he's going to be able to have the pace nailed. I think he's better at getting his timing down faster. I think that he's just going to ultimately win this fight altogether.
Yeah, this fight is really hard for me because I agree with everything you said, but I have Dalton Smith because I think his jab keeps Matias at range. And if he's able to utilize his jab properly and set up those big shots like he has been, I think that he could be a real problem against Matias. Matias, though, is so good at smothering you. But the problem is all of his opponents, they allow him to smother him.
Yeah.
So if Dalton Smith is able to implement his game plan, I think that we're going to see and new. So I have Dalton Smith.
It is a very much like Rhino versus Rhino, I feel, attack where like you just have two bulls trying to go head first against each other and just trying to cause that collision. I mean, I think this is a razor thin fight. I just don't know if Dalton Smith has like the
experience and
yeah. I just don't know if he has that IQ yet, but we can go with him.
I mean, this was razor thin, like you said. Originally, I had Matias, and then I had Smith, and then I had Matias, then I had Smith, and then I had Matias, then I had Smith.
Yeah.
So it can go either way. I just really think that, like, if I were Dalton, I would come out a certain way. And it's how he usually fights.
Yeah.
He usually fights with that good jab to set up those, like, big shots, and then he smothers you once you're a little bit more worn, and he's able to get in there. But Matias just walks straight forward, and then he just gets you against the ring, and he just starts melting you, basically. And he doesn't hit hard. He just melts you over time. I don't really think Dalton's getting melted. I think he's too hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have a lot of snap in his jab. I think he's going to be trying to put the hurt on Matias early. I think Matias is probably going to win the early rounds.
Oh, man. It's just so difficult because, like, one punch really makes a difference in this one fight.
Mm-hmm.
If Dalton Smith can crack him once and get that respect where he kind of thinks twice about entering, that's a different fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then vice versa. If he can't do it, then I think that Matias, he's just going to fucking do his thing.
Yeah, and his thing is going to melt you.
Yeah.
Because he's got an incredible liver shot. He just sits there and just works that body.
Mm-hmm. Natural instinct for some reason makes me feel like we should switch the previous one that we had a issue with and make that your fighter, and then this is my fighter. Because whenever we do the other way around, we lose by this. The main card is your fighter, and then you lose that one, and then the prelim is my fighter.
That is very true. Who did you have previously?
I think it was the Rodriguez Diaz fight.
All right, so we're going to concede and go Fernando Diaz for that fight, and then for that main card or the main event, we're gonna do Matias.
Yeah,
money line.
Yeah,
okay, I'm okay with that.
Let's see if we can try to game the system this time.
We're gaming the system. We're gaming the system. It's gonna work, and it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna make a lot of money. All right, that's a wrap for this week's fights. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoy this content, all of our social media is linked in our bio. Be sure to subscribe, cash those tickets, and don't forget, bet smart, fight hard. We'll catch you in the next card.